Can Luc Besson give us another fun sci-fi adventure film like he did years ago with The Fifth Element? We shall see. Hey everyone, welcome to another review, and here's my review for the movie Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. Yes, Valerian stars Dane DeHaan, Cara Delevingne, Clive Owen, John Goodman, Rihanna, Ethan Hawke, and Rutger Hauer. And this movie's written and directed by Luc Besson himself. Yes, this guy's given us amazing films like The Fifth Element, Leon the Professional, Nikita, and he also gave us movies like Lucy. So, a bit of a mixed bag, but I'm a fan of Luc Besson when he's on, when he's doing really solid work. When he does bad movies, they're pretty bad, but still, I love his creativity and I love the way he directs films, Luc Besson. And yeah, I was curious about this movie, Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. I never did any trailer reactions because the trailers for this movie never really blew me away or anything, and again, it didn't impress me. It didn't look bad. Nothing about this movie looked all that impressive, but I was still gonna go see it anyways, and luckily, hey, I got an early screening for it, and I get an early review up for you guys, and I finally get to share my opinions on Valerian, the City of a Thousand Planets. This movie is actually pretty darn fun. It is severely flawed, but it is actually a pretty darn fun movie. Is it as good as The Fifth Element? Hell no. Hell no. Fifth Element is a far superior film. Monte Pass. Great film. I love The Fifth Element. The Fifth Element has nostalgia, but also it has more funness to it and has more enjoyable characters in that movie. That has the biggest edge over this movie because this movie has some issues. But again, still a fun, very visually stunning film. Anyways, the story of the movie Valerian, the City of a Thousand Planets it's about these two operatives. One of them is named Valerian, played by Dane DeHaan, and they work for this government and they basically save the world and stuff. They go on missions and they help other people and other species. And then the government tells them about this new city that has different alien species and lots of knowledge on this city, and it's a very peaceful city. However, a dark force threatens this city, and it's up to these two operatives to save the city and put aside to this dark force that I will not spoil what it is because the trailers didn't spoil it, the synopsis doesn't spoil it, so I certainly will not spoil it. But yeah, there's no like heavy twists or turns there. I guess there's a few surprises, but nothing that'll blow you away or anything. But yeah, again, I won't spoil this movie because this is an early screening, so I'm just gonna say what I thought about this movie, and honestly, it's a pretty decent movie. It's actually a pretty good movie. I did have fun with it. I did enjoy it. It's like 2 hours and 20 minutes long, and I was never bored, really. There were moments I did not like. There were things I actually hated in this movie, but there was a lot of things that I did love, and I did have fun. This is a great movie theater popcorn action film, action sci-fi film. Like, this is a movie that is a fun movie to watch in theaters, so it's a movie I can definitely recommend. Alright, let's start with the positives first. The positives are the visuals. The visuals for this movie are unbelievable. Like, we already know when Luc Besson makes a movie, his movies are visually striking films. Like Lucy had great visuals, even though I did not like that movie at all. Had some pretty good visuals, and The Fifth Element is absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, this movie has amazing visuals. The worlds they build in this movie is fantastic. I love the worlds and different planets and different cities, different colonies. I love the different species of aliens. Really well done. There's some great CGI, but also really great practical effects in this movie as well. And it looks absolutely fantastic. I can definitely see this movie maybe even getting an Oscar nomination for visual effects. The visuals in this movie were really striking, really impressive, and amazing. Just amazing. Another strength about this movie is the shots. There is some really great cinematography. There's some good tracking shots, establishing shots, there's some good crane shots, there's some really good landscaping shots of the different worlds. The cinematography was really good. There wasn't much shaky cam or quick cuts. Well, maybe a few here and there, but it wasn't really that distracting and really that bad. So yeah, I thought the shots were really well done, and it had some really good, impressive cinematography. There was also some pretty good editing in this movie as well. And other things that I liked some supporting cast members. I really enjoyed Clive Owen in this movie. He was really great in this film, and he actually has a little bit of humor in the movie, and again, I don't want to spoil what his character is, but he's really great in this movie. Even like some small performances by actors like I never thought would be in this movie, like Rutger Hauer and Ethan Hawke. They all do a pretty good job, and yeah, I enjoyed them in this film. And yeah, I even thought Luc Besson directed the film rather well. Like, I could see how he executed the film. I could see he tried to make this movie as fun as possible. And this movie is a lot of fun. It has really good action scenes. There's a lot of, like, there's a lot of jokey moments in this movie. There is some pretty funny moments. Not all the funny moments, succeed. Not all the comedy lands in this film, but there are some very funny moments. There is some, again, visual appeal, and there are some really great action scenes. So I can tell what Luc Besson was doing in this movie. He was trying to make a really fun sci-fi adventure film, and honestly, he did succeed at that. Like, I could tell he was trying to be like, another Fifth Element. However, I could also see a little bit of John Carter in this movie. That's when I get to the flaws. There's moments in this movie that do feel reminiscent of John Carter, even though that's nothing to do with Luc Besson. Just some moments in this movie, I'm like, oh god, I feel like I'm watching John Carter. And yeah, another big issue I had with this movie were the two leads. Again, I like Dane DeHaan, and he's not that bad in this movie, but yeah, the two leads were kind of miscasted. I would have casted two different actors to play these two roles. I don't think they fit, because I don't think the actors worked great off each other. I didn't think they had really good chemistry. That might be due to sloppy writing at times, but also the performances. I just didn't feel I didn't feel like these people were partners. There's even a bit of like a love connection with them, and I didn't buy it. And I found them pretty bland and at times wooden, especially Cara Delevingne. I don't know what it is with Cara Delevingne. Like, I tried to like her in the past, but just everything she does, I just don't care for this actress. Like, I don't know what it is. Just like, she's never really given a great performance in any movie I've seen so far, and she's definitely the weakest spot of this movie. She's the weakest part of this movie. Like, she is just very wooden, very bland. Sure, occasionally she says a funny line thanks to the script, but she's not very good in this movie. Dane DeHaan also, I know he's a great actor, but at times he does come off a bit bland and a bit wooden in this movie, but there is some moments, like, he has some pretty cool badass moments, and there is a few times he does lighten up and have a funny joke every now and then, and it works better for Dane DeHaan than Cara Delevingne, because Cara Delevingne, anytime I see her in a movie, she always looks like she's pissed off or something. I don't know what it is about her, but yeah, they didn't have great chemistry with each other, and that is just, again, I don't know if that was bad direction or bad writing, probably bad acting, just like they didn't work off each other. And I think the two leads, I think they were miscast. I think they could have had two better actors to play these roles, or just actors that are right for these kind of characters. So yeah, I think that was a miscast on the two leads. And yeah, there is also moments in the story that feel very jumbled, and then there's moments that absolutely make no sense. And again, no spoilers, but there are moments in this movie I'm like, that, again, not at all makes sense, and yeah, there's a few things they could also have taken out of this movie. There's some scenes I'm like, okay, take that out. Like, this scene's going absolutely nowhere. However, again, this movie is still a very fun science fiction film, and I think if you're going into this movie just to have a lot of fun, I think you're going to get exactly that. That's kind of all I wanted from this movie, because I knew going into this movie I wasn't going to get a smart, intellectual sci-fi film like Moon or Source Code or Blade Runner or 2001: A Space Odyssey. But I'm like, at least if I get a fun, science fiction film that will be a fun popcorn film, then I could recommend this movie. And honestly, that's exactly what this movie is. This movie has a lot of flaws. I can't name them all, but there are a lot of flaws with this movie, but all in all, it is a lot of fun. I think the direction is good. There's a lot of good action, a lot of great visual appeal. And again, there's not really a boring moment in this movie. So yeah, those are a lot of strengths, and that is enough to probably go see this movie and have a lot of fun with it. Again, it's nothing amazing, it's nothing brilliant, it's definitely not even going to be the best sci-fi film of the year, hands down no. It's not even the best Luc Besson movie, by no means. Like, Fifth Element is a way better film, but the movie is fun and enjoyable for what it is. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It's not a great movie at all, but I think it's pretty good, and I could probably recommend it. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give the movie Valerian, the City of a Thousand Planets, a 7 out of 10. So yeah, nothing great, but I would definitely recommend it. So yeah, that was my review for the movie Valerian in the City of a Thousand Planets. So in the comment section below, please tell me, what is your favorite movie directed by Luc Besson? My favorite movie has always been Leon the Professional. I absolutely adore that movie, but Fifth Element is a close second. But yeah. So yeah, what is your favorite movie directed by Luc Besson? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please subscribe to his channel and join the dark side.